Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the product launch in language, but that is supposed to be how to say hello, everyone, in Shanghai dialect. Because we've never had a launch event in Shanghai. This is the first in Shanghai, and the purpose of having the launch. This is our first product launch in 2018, so let's have a quick review of our journey in 2017, which was an extraordinary year for us, and the most important quarter we went back to top 5 in the world. This was a report from IDC on the global market, all as far. So now let's look at it, our growth in details. Apple grew by 96.9%. Back to the center of the world stage, and last year our revenue exceeded record broken by Xiaomi. And now let's look at how long it took for other companies worldwide. Made a miracle, and the reasons are, first of all, innovation. Well, innovation is essential for this industry, and I don't want to further elaborate on our innovations, but just to name a few, globally speaking, Xiaomi is the first company that launched a full-screen display, and up to the end of last year, we applied more than 24,000 patents, and we have acquired 6,324 patents, among them 53% are global patents. So in terms of innovation, we are definitely going further and further, and apart from innovation, quality is also at our core. And in the past 2 to 3 years, I've been telling everybody in the company that quality is the life of Xiaomi. How so? Because at the very beginning, innovation has been 15th. This year, I came across with a report that really got me to think. Well, touting.Com asked a question: which smartphone brand ranks the top in terms of a word of mouth? And they asked 100,000 consumers, and Xiaomi ranked the top. And it's very, very difficult to win a lot of rewards, and me myself was appointed. Me myself won the annual quality reward of 2017 Quality Award, and me myself was appointed as the Vice President of China Quality Association, which was also a great recognition to the quality of Xiaomi. 2017, we won more than 200 industrial awards at home and abroad. So this is our record, and I believe Xiaomi is the Chinese company that has won most industrial design awards. And for the Xiaomi smartphones, 5 of our smartphones won 8 industrial design awards worldwide last year. And so I would say that Xiaomi is shifting from made in China to designed by China, and we are leading the entire Chinese industry to the transformation. And maybe you would say that a lot of other companies also won industrial design awards. Yes, that's true. Xiaomi, together with other Chinese manufacturers, are embarking on a journey of transformation. And here I have to say, amazing China. And so a word about design awards. There are these are the top 4 global design awards, and IDEA from the US, and an IF and Red Dot award from Germany, and Good Design by Japan. So 4 awards from three companies, and many of you probably are more familiar with IF and Red Dot. And why? Because they have more awards given out to products. Well, these two awards give out the awards to about 1,400 products. Maybe that makes you think it's quite easy to get the awards. But if you think about it, worldwide, there are so many industries and so many products. It is actually pretty hard to make it into one of the 1,400. But what is harder to get is the gold awards. And the gold award is the hardest to get. And so for idea in a year, only 25 won the gold award, and for good design, only 19 products won. So the percentage of gold award winners is very low. Well, last year we had our first gold award, and I was so excited I couldn't sleep for days. And I told Liu De that we need to have a big celebration, and I give all the designers the big red packets. But after we had the first gold award in the beginning of last year, then we had another 6. And Liu De told me that it was the first time that a Chinese company won gold design awards from all the 4 top international design awards in 1 year. And the journey, we also attended the reveal panel of the award committee, and I was really happy to hear what they said. They said Xiaomi products grabbed our attention, changed our perceptions. Well, in the past, our image was quite different when it comes to Chinese brands, but now there is balanced high-level development in all their products categories, which makes us feel Xiaomi attaches great importance on design. And so that was what the review panel said at the product review meeting of the 2017 Good Design Award. So that shows how Xiaomi has changed how the world sees us, and not only we gained recognition in the design circle. What surprised us more was that Xiaomi phones were collected by museums, top-notch museum in the world, and because I was quite surprised, because I previously thought they only collect art, but it also means that now they see Xiaomi phones as art. And the Finnish Design Museum said the Mi Mix series is the perfect example of the future smartphone design. And the director of Munich International Design Museum said that Mi Mix series is the perfect example of intelligent design and process innovation. And let's listen to Pompidou Center of France. They said Xiaomi is one of the world's most important modern art, and it is an encyclopedia of contemporary and modern art, and it perfectly fused design and technology. Well, I don't know how much you know about these 3 museums, but the Pompidou Center of France is definitely the top modern art museum today, and it has very rich collection of art from Picasso to Piet Mondrian, and I would say it is the most well-known modern art museum in the world. And we have a video clip prepared for you to have a brief view of Mi Mix to us. Hello, I am at Sichuan. Eiffel Tower is not only best place to take a good view of Paris skyline. So has an exquisite building stands on the right side of the river Seine. Colorful metal facade laid with huge tubes and glasses that reflect the Paris streets, all here to tell us that everything inside is extraordinary. This is one of the most important modern museums in the world, Pompidou Center. A special piece of object is placed amongst other masterpieces of this art center. A revolutionary full-screen design lets the screen take up almost the entire front end. The ceramic unibody feels as warm as jade, yet exceptionally strong. Upon its creation, this item has already been taken slots in major international museums. The Finnish Design Museum, one of the most established museums in Helsinki, is simple and beautiful exterior houses in artistic interior space.
So this is how the museum said, well, the Xiaomi Mix. It's our among technology. After some study, we found a stunning result. Actually, our phone is the first among China's consumer electronics to join world-class art museum. So today, we are unveiling Xiaomi Mix 2S. Just now in the video, you probably have seen some of the snippets of Xiaomi Mix 2S. Okay, let's take a closer look. First of all, it's a full curved edge, full ceramic unibody, which has a 7000 series aluminum frame. Of course, the biggest change comes from a single-shot to dual camera design. On the side, on the front, it's a full screen 2.0 with an even narrower frame, so the screen-to-body share increased significantly. You can see it comes with two colors. One is ceramic white, another one is black. And the back, we have a dual camera as well, and with 18K gold highlight on the surrounding. So these are the two standard colors, white and black, for Xiaomi Mix 2S. These are render pictures. Probably you think it's not satisfactory yet, but actually, when we want to unveil our Mix 2S, we actually take the photos of the real phones. Let's take a look at them. What do you think? Actually, the full screen 2.0 is much more beautiful than the common design with a notch, right? Because when it's in ceramic white, the full screen looks more complete. This is the picture of the back. People on Weibo would always wanted me to review the photos. So now you have it. So these are the pictures of ceramic black version, especially when it comes with the highlight of this 18K gold frame and upgraded dual camera. And of course, we continue to have our Chris Wu as our spokesperson. Last year when we did it, the biggest help to Xiaomi was that we gained more female users. So I think this really is the era of look. So it's a really good move to have Chris Wu endorse our. Okay. We continue to use the same slogan or tagline, one side technology, one side art. We want to create a perfect marriage of technology and art. That's why we still use. You probably will see such poster with the spokesperson, Chris Wu as spokesperson, everywhere on the street in China. And also we had prepared a video of our Mix 2S. Opinions on Weibo, and they really like this photo because they said Wei Fan's eye is smiling. So well, so here I'm holding the actual Mi Mix 2S.
Acha.
Okay. Oh. Mix 2S is really good looking. Shall we take a look at our ceramic black version? So this is ceramic black. Maybe a lot of, and you can see that it's an 18K gold highlight. I also wonder why it's white. It looks more exquisite. But later on, we will have a display or show booth for you to take a closer look. As beautiful, therefore, I think it's a very good choice for us to have Chris Wu as an endorsed person to promote this combination of technology art to more people. Maybe people, a lot of people who don't really access internet that much don't really know about it. Actually, we have established over 300 Mi experience store in all channels and all parts of China for people to get to know Xiaomi better. So let's now take a closer look at the biggest update of Mi Mix 2S. So this also 12 megapixel plus 12 megapixel dual cameras. Maybe a lot of people don't really understand that actually you can't compare $1,200 to 20 million Vietnam dollar. So I think it's a very good explanation because the 12 megapixel lens that are used in our flagship phones are of excellent quality. We had received very good feedback for Mi 6 and the Note 3 and 5S, and we had a very good tagline, picture perfect. Zoom, you can zoom in, zoom out, especially when you take pictures and during live concert, and also take picture when you sit in the classroom, especially in, and also with a better bouquet. The third feature is for the upgrade of our dual camera. First of all, we have a massive 1.4 micron pixel, which is much larger than the option. Fundamental importance to the whole camera, and we have utilized a 1.4 micron pixel, which is really massive. It is being utilized in all the flagship phones of Samsung over the years, and it performs remarkably even in single camera. And also for iPhone, the pixel size is 1.25 micron, but now we have upgraded to 1.4 micron pixels. People were wondering why didn't you use it last year? But actually, because it is such massive pixels, it is difficult to put so many pixels into the phones, and because the volume is so huge, so we spend a lot of time painstakingly to put all these pixels in it. And of course, because we put in the 1.4 micron pixels into the camera, it makes camera a little bit bigger. However, in order to make our hardware much better, we have invested relentlessly. Also, we have developed a dual pixel autofocus feature. We have 24 million focusing units. Previously, for PDAF, we only had 12 million. Therefore, with the increase of focus points, we have increased by more than 30%, which help us to focus much faster and accurate in low light environment. Actually, how powerful is that? We have a comparison video with iPhone. Let's take a look.
So that's just at the beginning between Mi Mix 2S and iPhone 10. More video clips to come, and you'll probably say we crush iPhone 10 and we totally bulldozed over iPhone 10. Well, we compare with the iPhone 10 because it's the best in the industry, and that's what we want to look up to iPhone 10. We see that Chinese smartphones are getting better and better, and only comparisons make us go further. And so this is our hardware level multi-frame noise reduction. So we took a series of photos, and then we optimized it frame by frame. And frame by frame optimization, and then we denoised all the frames. So now, if we use the CPU for all the calculations, it will be very slow. So now the multi-frame noise reduction is done by not just the software but also hardware. So now let's make a comparison. To the left is the iPhone 10, the right is Mi Mix 2S. Just take a look. Can you see the difference? No? Okay, let's zoom out. Zoom in. Low light. Now, do you see the difference? Let's zoom in further. And the left one is quite blurry, but the right one is still very clear and crisp. This is in low light. Comparison talks, and more comparisons to come later. So let's take a look at another group of comparisons and see how motions are snapped differently between iPhone 10 and the Mi 2S, and you will see how iPhone 10 is crushed. left iPhone 10, right? Mi Mix 2S. So now let's zoom in. Overexposure in the left one, but the right one still looks very crisp. And as I said, this is motions taken in low light conditions, and you see how powerful Mi Mix 2S is. And when the ballerina is dancing, left iPhone 10 and right Mi Mix 2S, and zoom in, you will see that the left one has a blurry arm. And when we see frame by frame, you will see that almost 100% of the time that Mi Mix 2S wins. And so at least in this scene, we crush iPhone 10. So we took a group of motion photos, and in the past you could only take photos of this kind with DSLR, but now we can do that with Mi Mix 2S, and we have more samples to show you. We asked two famous photographers to help out, so they went to Italy with Mi Mix 2S. I say that in Xiaomi there are some really awesome jobs. One of them is to take sample photos. So let's see where they went. They went to the Alps. It looks so picturesque, a church bathed in morning sunlight, and you can feel the exotic beauty in it. And it's the snow on Alps. I love skiing, and the snow makes me feel a sense of soothingness. And so this is a fishing village by Sicily. On the left side of the fishing village, right side is the ocean. And now it gets more challenging. The waves. How the waves splash on the shore and the rocks. And I can see the details of the waves. And this one is extremely challenging to take. And another photo that is 10 times more challenging. A bar at night. So, backlight condition, and we took photo of the guitarist. It's a really huge challenge for cameras on the phones because there are a lot of different types of lights, so the lighting conditions are very complicated, and we were taking with backlight, so you really get to see how powerful our camera is. And we asked another photographer to go to Tibet in China, and he also brought back really stunning pictures, and the photographer's name is Chen Yanwei. And this place is called the it's called Yangzhou. I don't know whether you've been there. It's known as one of the three sacred mountains in Tibet. You can come and work for Xiaomi and work as a sample photographer. And do you like it? Isn't it stunning? Look at the beautiful mirror-like lake and the surface, and you can see the cloud and mountains at a distance. Is spectacular. Another new challenge. Aquatic birds came, and you have to just capture that moment. What birds are they? Well, they told us it was waterfall, aquatic birds. Huh, what a good answer. But I really don't know what birds they are. But you see how beautiful it is there. And here they used Mi Mix 2S for the time-lapse photo. See the clouds and the change of the shadow of the mountain, the water, and the depth of the mountains, and that really demonstrates these stunning photos that you can take with Mix 2S. And perhaps you're going to challenge me now and say professional photographers can take good photos even with the worst of cameras. Well, I think you probably are over-glorifying photographers, even though they do take much better photos than us. So, in the end, I said, let's just have a random person take a photo with Mi Mix 2S, like me. So a few days ago, we came to Shanghai and we took a few photos of the night in Shanghai. I already posted some on my Weibo and they already look really gorgeous. And I have some more to show you here. Look at the bunk at a distance. And this is the photo that every one of you can take if you have a Mi Mix 2S. It's not that hard. Thank you. But I didn't take this one. I can't take credit for that. It's signed, taken by a colleague of mine. And the Oriental Pearl Tower. And now I know why I came here. I came to Shanghai because of the Pearl Tower. And Mi home at the foot of the Pearl Tower. So an advertisement for us. And if this is your first time to Shanghai, please pay a visit to the Mi Home store. It's right next to the Oriental Pearl Tower, and this photo was taken last night. The Mi Home at the foot of the Oriental Pearl Tower. Look how crisp the photo is. So we have really awesome hardware. And what makes it powerful, or more powerful, is the AI, artificial intelligence. AI had major breakthroughs last year, and also revolutionized smartphones. And in the past 1 year or so, AI has become the buzzword for smartphones. So now we first equipped AI onto the cameras. You can see what we have done with our cameras with help of artificial intelligence. First, more dreamlike background blur. So the blurred background looks even better than the LSR. So now what you see is a background blur by standard DSLR, but this one is a background blur by us. And you see the bokeh in the background can change in size and shape. They can be heart-shaped. So you can have bouquets like this and even cooler bouquets. Kind of like the orbit. And we call it AI dreamlike background blur. And so to the right corner on the bottom, you click on it, you can choose different the type of bouquet that you want, and dynamic bouquet, and you can save it as a picture or as a GIF or video and post that on WeChat moment, and it's gonna look really cool. So it's for your WeChat moment. And another one is the AI scene detection camera. We can detect 206 scenes and optimize it with artificial intelligence. So when we talk to our AI team, I asked them what succulent plant means. Have you heard about succulent plants? I've never heard about it. And they said, really? And so now, this is succulent plant. And they told me that it's very popular, especially among girls. And that is our goal now, to attract more female users. So we took a photo of the succulent plant. This is taken by a standard phone, but when we have AI enabled, it's going to detect it's a succulent plant. And then we see the contrast and the saturation were optimized. And look, the color looks fuller and more lifelike. And so comparison, the left is the standard mode, and the right one is with AI enabled. And see how much better the quality of the picture seems. And when it's cloudy, well, it can be a great weather, but somehow the pictures don't look as great. So what to do? Well, when the weather is cloudy, the AI can adjust the saturation and contrast, and look how much clearer it looks now. And left is the standard mode, and right is the AI mode. It's still cloudy, but you see the sky looks just more crystal clear. And another fun function, which is the AI single camera background blur. Well, the dual camera is known for the background blur and optical zoom, and for the single camera, well, for the dual cameras, they are known mostly for background blur, but now with artificial intelligence, we can have black background blur even with just one camera. So we studied over 100,000 of selfies, and then we established an AI model and algorithms, and then we started to blur the background of photos taken with single camera. So the selfies were taken with one camera. So we first identify the subject and isolate it, then blur the background. And I see how beautiful it is. So that is what we can do with the front camera of Mi Mix 2S.
And for businessmen, we have done a lot of optimization. Business people often attend conferences and meetings where they need to take a picture of the PowerPoint slides on the screen. Because when they take a picture and after they zoom in, they found that the picture is not very clear. First of all, of course, we have it 2 times the optical zoom, which helps them to zoom in much better. But if you think that it's not clear enough, because usually it happens when you want to zoom more further into it, then it gets blurred. But now our AI technology recognizes that it is text, so we will have ultra resolution smart recognition and synthesis technology, which can help to shape the wordings and show the wordings more crisp and clear. So this is a hyper and ultra resolution synthesizing technology. Later on, we can even have a PowerPoint album based on time and venue, which is of great help for the business people. And the second option is very useful to me. Of course, people who speaks English can still find it useful, because especially when you go to overseas, the menu sometimes can be unrecognizable. We don't know what they are saying. So when the camera recognizes it is manual, it will have instant translation for you. I've taken a look how they downplay, because I had an extremely expensive dumplings in Switzerland. And also, when you click it again, they will have instant currency conversion for you. So we support all kinds of currencies: US dollars, Japanese yen, Korean won, euros. Everything is converted. So it's a really powerful function. So I think the AI technology can do a lot of things in camera. So when the camera is enhanced by AI, the technology advancement is by leaps and bounds. We believe in the near future it can be further improved again. So I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about this camera? I asked a question on Weibo: how do you judge the performance of camera? Of course, it is really difficult to do that, because there are a lot of objective criteria, but it is all about subjective feeling. So actually the classic answer is, get yourself a Mi Mix 2S, then you will know. Well, after we launch, we really want to find a tool that can help you to run a score for camera. Whether it can represent all kinds of subjective feelings, we don't care. At least it can provide some reference. It's been my dream over the years, because we always say that let's run a score if you challenge us. But actually, after so many years of doing photography, developing for cameras, we didn't find a very good criteria or standard. And most of the criteria are really subjective. After a long time of searching, we found DxO Mark, which is a relatively authoritative third-party benchmarking. Actually, it was the world's most rigorous camera test for DSLR. So you can see that all the major brands have using DxO Mark for their rating and scoring. We participated last year using Xiaomi Note 3, and we came back feeling more confident because DxO Mark gave a 94 mark score for Xiaomi Mi Note 3. People didn't know about it because it was launched last September. It was ranked #1 in the world, together with another brand. But the technology further improved over the last half of year. So how did we fare this year for Mi Mix 2S? Because it came with the Snapdragon 845. The time was really precious. We didn't have enough time for the tuning, so I was really worried that maybe DxO Mark scoring wouldn't reflect the true performance of Mi Mix 2S camera, because we are still continue to optimize its performance. However, to put it truthfully, the score was given in the morning to me really exceeded my expectation. I believe DxO Mark has already published the result on the official website. Do you know how much we did? Exceeded 100 mark. DxO Mark gave Mi Mix 2S 101 score. And actually, they've already given their evaluation to us. They said it will be released at 2 p.m. And it will give us some of the key wordings on the report. It said that it is the pearl of China, or a pearl in the East. Mi Mix 2S have scored remarkable 110 marks in photo taking, and it is as good as iPhone 10. And we have Mi 2X have taken one of the most smooth pictures we have ever seen, especially on the low light condition. This is the keywords and remark from DxO Mark. So now you should believe my word. You should take my word for it, right? So the same score means that we outperform them in some areas, and they outperform us in some areas. Because we need to rush for the launch of Snapdragon 845, we only did half of our tuning optimization process. The score reflects the capability of camera and also the AI technology. We'll continue to fine-tune it. So I think 101 marks only represents part of its potential, but it already achieved the world-leading supremacy, which is really a historical moment for Mi phone development. So let's take a full look on what's good about cameras. We had dual pixel AI dual camera with optical zoom and optical imaging stabilization. We have massive 1.4 micron pixels, and we have further enhanced it with AI technology. And also, we have achieved over 100 mark in the DxO Mark mobile rating. So I believe the camera department of Mi phone can finally relax, because they have been challenged all along on an internet, and now they have excelled. So we have both seen our own comment and also the evaluation from a professional institution. Of course, the ultimate assessment will be done by all of you. So today, I'm really eager to know the evaluation by all of you. So I really hope that we can also receive 101 marks from our dear customers and fans. So what about our performance? Of course, we house Snapdragon 845. It is the first phone in China which houses Snapdragon 845. It's the debut of this chipset in China. And to give us a score of 277,178 marks, which outshines all other brands. Okay, so don't talk about other brands. Let's compare internally. Okay. Let's do a comparison of Mi MX2S with Mi Note 3. You can see that Note 3 only scored 138,000, and Note 6 is 207. And you can see that actually Mi MX2S is twice or even triple as high as Mi Note 3. But the price it's only 2.5, 3.5. I saw the supply chain manager sitting on the stage, sitting in a seat. I couldn't tell the exact figure because we have a contract. People often say that why flagship phones are so expensive. Oh my God, what the hell? Every 1% of improvement will have you fork out 100% costing addition. But sometimes, for example, I think the Redmi Note 5 is the phone of 1,000 RMB has already done a very good job. But to further improve upon it, we have to spend an extra 200, even 300% more of effort. So our hard work is beyond your imagination. And you can see it's a performance beast which trashed all other brands. Of course, later on, other brands may trash us again, but we didn't see. So we have up to 2.8 gigahertz of the main clock, and we can see that the main graphic process performance will increase by 30%, and also power consumption was low by 30%. And Snapdragon 845 came with an AI engine, which has a performance increase by 3 times. You can see this is an image recognition test. Mi MX2S can recognize 27.3 images per second. Nowadays, AI is incorporated in the CPU. It's a SoC, right? But of course, it don't really, because the processor is SoC, AIE, it causes AIE, CPU, and GPU. So it's not very precise to say to take it as just as a CPU. Well, this is a snapshot of all the advantages of Snapdragon 845. I won't elaborate further, but definitely it is the ultimate processor in the market. People say, can we play around no battleground? Well, let's just take a look at the Arena of Valor. We had collaborated with Tencent, and we did some optimization. Let's later do a comparison with iPhone 10. I think people with iPhone 10 may cry again. Let's look at the video.
Well, if you want to play the Glory of Valor, you really need a Mi Mix 2S. And let's look at the temperature of the phones. And when Mi Mix 2S is about 37.9 degrees, iPhone 10 is 43.3%, and we have 54% battery left. iPhone 10 have 41 left only, so we consume less battery, and the performance is much better, and the temperature is also lower. We often thought that better performance means more power consumption and more heat, but we really worked very hard on that in the past few years. So with such an awesome processor, so what about the RAM and ROM? Let's look at other brands in industry. So iPhone 10 and Samsung, ours is 8 gigabytes plus 256 gigabytes, and it's definitely the top specs in the industry. 8 plus 256, top configuration. So Mi Mix 2S has the best hardware, but what about the user experience? The first one I want to talk about now is voice assistant. And we already have launched voice assistant about 5 years ago. We haven't really heard much feedback from the consumers, but now we replaced voice assistant with Xiaomi. And after we made that change on the beta version, we got a lot more feedback. And so what are our advantages? Well, last year we launched the Mi AI loudspeaker, and more than 10 million people used the voice assistant on the loudspeaker, and with that our system continuously improved. And so the first function it supports is waking the screen. Just say 小爱. Yes. Now your screen is awake. And we have a video clip here to show you. 6:45. Wake. 小爱 selfie. I want to check out comedies by Liu Haoren this year. Xiao Ai, translate the menu, please. How much tip money is 20? Well, 210 by 16 plus 2011 by 800, 16 plus 2018 by 327 plus the root of 1,999. Answers 2.3933667 million. Look for photos taken in Shanghai last October. I want to listen to Chris Hui. How does a dolphin squeal? GPS to Xiaomi. Xiaomi air purifier remind me to take mass at 8. Send 88.88 yuan red packet to Cindy. Shall I switch to no disturb mode? Lights off. Good night. Good night. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. If you cannot sleep, Xiao Ai can count sheep for you. Really cute Xiao Ai, right? So now we have a Xiao Ai powered smartphone, and the smartphone is even cuter. So I just give you a lot of case examples. Well, looking for a specific photo can be a headache. Well, what if I want to find a photo that was taken last October in Shanghai? Usually it takes a lot of efforts. But with Xiao Ai, it's much simpler. Xiao Ai. Yes? Look for photos taken in Shanghai last October. Done. So Xiao Ai is a much better executor than us sometimes, but I'm not going to further elaborate on that. So Xiaomi can simplify a lot of tasks for us just by calling out Xiaomi. Is much better. So Siri versus Xiaomi. Sorry, this is the third time we have a comparison with the iPhone 10. So a video clip, please. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a business trip to Shenyang. What should I wear? Didn't find any results about what to wear in Shenyang tomorrow. Shall I? Yes. What should I wear for my business trip to Shenyang tomorrow? The temperature in Shenyang tomorrow is -6 to 5 degrees Celsius. It's pretty cold, so please put on more layers. Hey Siri, I'd like to see the baby photos taken in Hunan last Saturday. Didn't find any results about photos taken in Hunan last Saturday. Shall I'd like to see the baby photos taken in Hunan last Saturday. Done. Hey Siri, please WeChat Jumping a 66 RMB red envelope and say happy birthday. You want to send a WeChat message to Jumping saying that I want to send a red packet of 66 RMB. Cancel. Okay. Cancelled. Shall I? Please send a red packet on WeChat to Jumping, a racket of 66 RMB, a red envelope, and say that best friends stay together forever. Confirm the amount. Confirmed. Enter the passcode for payment, please. So, again, we crashed iPhone 10. And I guess the Chinese localization of Siri still has its flaws. Siri actually is one of the best and most successful voice assistants in the world. But after the major breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, now in China, especially on Chinese language voice assistant, we have gone very far. And if you use Mi Mix 2S, you have to try Xiaomi. So apart from a voice assistant, we now support multifunction NFC on all our flagship smartphones, and we are very attentive to details. We are compatible with bank cards, transport cards, and now key cards. Because now, we need key cards to apartments, to offices, to our cars, and now with just your phone, you can unlock your apartment doors and your garage. And I think it would be pretty cool to see people using smartphones to unlock your cars and office doors. And in the future, you don't need to bring so many cars, just a phone. Very, very practical function. And we also have AR enabled, and we have strategic partnership with Google, and we have AR core technology in the phone. And the games enabled by AR core are very cool. And now there are a lot of games that support AR core, for example, the machines. I asked my colleague to prepare a demo for you, so you see how far we can go with AR games on our phone. So now, my colleague is right next to me, and he's doing a demo on the table, an AR game, and you see the table is empty, but very soon the table is gonna be full with robots. And now the robots are going to start to battle against each other on the table. So you see VR is a perfect mixture of the reality and VR. Isn't this cool? I heard that after you get a Mi Mix 2S, you have to wait a month for the AR software to be upgraded. I need a sound effects, please. Wow, see a battle on your table. I really hope that our colleagues in the gaming industry can develop more AR-enabled games because the smartphones are so powerful now. So they can definitely handle cooler and heavier games. Isn't this cool? Yes. And wireless charging. So now Mix 2S supports wireless charging on all fronts. We use the QI wireless charging protocol, 7.5 watt quick charge and fully charged in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Well, it's slower compared to cable, but we don't need a cable with the QC charge, the quick charge. It's very convenient, and we use 7.5 watt, so much faster than Samsung 8, than Samsung and iPhone 8 Plus. So put it on it, ding, it starts to charge. Well, there isn't really a deep sound. I added that. And it feels just so smooth when you're working on your desk and or when you're working at home, and just to have this little tray on your table and you put your phone on the tray, your phone will start to charge. You don't need to plug in or plug out. You just put it on the small round tray and it starts to charge. See how convenient it is, and it has another merit. If you have this wireless charging desk or charging station, you have more friends because they are probably going to charge their phones on your little charging station. And then you can now show your contempt to iPhone users because now they use your charging station to charge their iPhones. So I asked on the internet, is this cool? A lot of people said, oh, it's quite useless. And then so I was like, why? Why do they think it's a useless and unnecessary function? Well, and there was a company named Pomprey who developed a wireless charging station. I was so excited, so I got my friend to buy it from the United States, and that smartphone didn't support Chinese SIM card, so I had to buy an American SIM card to try it. And then I really loved it. That was years ago, but now I don't understand why the internet users think this technology is useless and unnecessary. Well, perhaps because it's slow, but that was the past. And also the protocols are usually incompatible between different devices. But now we don't have that problem anymore. But how come it's still not popularized? And I finally found the reason a few days ago. So let's move on to the next slide. You will know why. Now you know why? Well, lots of people can afford iPhone 10 that is worth 8,000 RMB, but they can't afford wireless charging stations that is about 500 RMB. Well, because, you know, you usually have to end up buying a lot of the wireless charging stations. You probably need to buy 4 to 5, and sometimes you lose them, and then, you know, it gets expensive. And when I saw the price on the Apple website, I realized why it's not popularized. That is why iPhone users are not used to wireless charging stations, and they think it's useless or unnecessary. Or for Samsung, it's only about 528 RMB, right? But what about our charging station? 7.5 watt QI wireless quick charge, and supports Mi Mix 2S, iPhone 10, and so on and so forth. And this is the price. 99 RMB.
So please persuade the people who contempt to Chinese smartphone that you can use Xiaomi wireless smartphone charger to charge your iPhone 10. We don't care whether you use iPhone 10 or use other brands. It's once again Xiaomi uses its own action to produce products that touch people's heart with a very reasonable price tag. We are taking over the world with that. So such an excellent wireless charging station. You should just get a dozen, put it on the table, on the bedside, and put a few on your best friend's table, a desk. It only costs you 99 RMB. No other gift come nearer to that. Especially when you see people who use iPhone 10, see how they feel when you give them a wireless charger. So this is Mi Mix 2S, loaded with functions. I like to squeeze it within an hour, but I think I overshot a bit. First of all, it has a full curved edge ceramic uniform with full screen 2.0 and R-piece among phones. And also with the Snapdragon 485 with 8 GB of RAM and 284 58 ROM, and with global band and optical zoom OIS. Massive 1.4 micron pixel dual PD, as well as AI dual camera, and the most important one is the 101 mark given by DxOMark, which is a great milestone in the development of Mi phones in history. So don't feel it's a shame that we compare with iPhone 10. It is first time our camera is on par with theirs. So this is the Mi Mix 2X. I think now is the time that we unveil the price. Okay, let's as a convention take a look at other flagship phones in the market. Samsung S9 Plus cost 6,699. iPhone 10 A3AA. Huawei Mate 10 Pro 4899. Xiaomi top their specs. How much is that? 3599 with all specs equipped. Compared with Mix 2, of course, first of all, we changed the chipset. And we had 1.4 micropixel dual PD, AI enhanced, dual camera, wireless charging, Xiaomi, and AR core technology. However, the price was kept exactly the same as last September. So, how do you think about Xiaomi? So, Mix 2S with 128 gigabytes is 3599. Of course, we have an ultimate version. That's an exclusive version, which was called a king version on the internet, which is really the top specs, with 8 gigabyte with 200 ROM and 200 RAM with 256 gigabytes of ROM, which comes with a free wireless charger. The previous models don't come with it. Okay, this one we throw in a charger for free. And also it supports global band because it's such expensive to put this model in it. It supports the networks in 226 countries and regions. It's 3999. When I introduced Mix 2S, people said, well, it will be over 4,000. After much consideration, we managed to squeeze it under 4,000. It comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of RAM, with full global band and wireless charger. It's only 3,999. We always produced products that really touch people's heart with an affordable price tag. We will keep price-value ratio as the best, at its best. So this is the specs and the price at a glance. So this is the promotion poster for all the three versions. I've been using it, Mix 2S for a while, and its performance and experience far exceeds my expectation, especially the camera. And it looks even more handsome with Crystal on it, right? Put my photos on it? Well, okay. Next time I will recommend my marketing department to put my photo on it. Okay, besides Xiaomi Mix 2S, there's one item that's been long awaited by a lot of Mi fans. What is that? Mi gaming laptop. The first feature is kind of strange, or it's very touching, and also it's jaw-dropping, something that's really out of your imagination. A gaming laptop they could carry to work. How could you imagine bringing other gaming laptop to work? You definitely will piss your boss off. For me, I think if you bring your Mi laptop, it's fine. But really, the gaming platform, a gaming laptop just looks weird in an office space. I think this is really a great selling point for us. We adopt a very low-key look and profile. Extremely simple design with no logo. It looks just like any other run-of-the-mill laptop, right? And it's kind of slim. Even it's a slim kind of fat boy in the gaming platform area. And when you open it, it's kind of simple as well. Well, people may. What do you think? Do you think it is too low-key? It doesn't really like a gaming laptop at all. I felt the same. They say, let's keep quiet. The developers said, let's keep quiet. What about now? So we really produce great lights, right? Our lights are not inferior to others, right? We support 16 million RGB backlight for 4 areas and also chassis Atmos lamp. So when you turn it off, it's low-key. When you flash it out, it's very extravagant. So actually, it's low on the outside, low-key on the outside, but it's wild on the inside. Of course, we come with a professional keyboard with 5 programmable keys. I said we can initiate super kill with 1 key, and we can have 1 push for full delivery. Okay, how you can piece this initiating super kill and calling delivery together? Well, I was a hardcore gamer as well. I really had instant noodles all the time when I play game. But for now, with the first launch with people who does heavy it has 6 GB of graphic memory, and we're using the i7 generation of standard voltage processor. I was wondering what is standard voltage. They said because they come with a low voltage. So standard voltage is much better than the low voltage processor. It comes with 16 GB of RAM. It's twice as Mi Mix 2S. We have 256 GB of SSD, which come with also 1 terabyte of the machine hardware, hard drive, mechanical hard drive. So basically, we have brought it to become an esports grade performance beast. We have also prepared a video to show you the exterior of this gaming laptop.
Is it cool? Isn't this cool? Well, another pain spot for gamers is the heat or overheating, because it takes a lot of computing power to play games on laptops. So usually laptops are under a lot of pressure just to dissipate the heat, and I see that's how gamers dissipate the heat of the laptops. They actually just use frozen bottled water under the laptop to cool it down. So you see, we really need a great cooling function. So regular players choose laptops by configurations, and real gamers choose it by the heating capacity or cooling capacity. So let's see how we dissipate the heat. We have a very big case that helps to increase the cooling area, and we see the opening percentage is 46% of the air inlet grill. And when I talked to the designers about this for the first time, they said, well, it's big. I know it's not the most beautiful design, but it helps with the heating, with overheating. So this is a 3+2 large diameter heat pipes. Look how thick the heat pipes are. Well, I didn't write this part of the PowerPoint, and so when I saw this picture, I was like, there are only 4. How to call this 3+2? And then the engineer said, well, see, you're not expert. So the GPU has 2 heat pipes. No, on GPU and on CPU 2 and GPU 3. I see somebody was nodding, so yeah, I was right. So together, 3+2. And see, we have the ultra thin turbine blades, and the speed of rotation is increased by 20%. And let's compare with other laptops from other brands. And see, we're crushing it again because we have 3+2. And if you look at their heat pipes, well, and we have 4 air outlets. And now it looks on the outside that the other laptops have 4 outlets, but when you open it up, there are only 3. So it's totally fake. And we have a tornado key. So you press that, they're going to start ultra fast and mega fast cooling, and within 10 minutes the surface temperature can drop by 3 to 5 degrees Celsius. Well, just like a tornado passing by. Press it?
Yes.
Well, there isn't really a demo for that. Probably it's going to be quite noisy, because just imagine how fast the fans are going to work. And that cooling system has a very cool name, which is called Cool. Cool to the core. That is the name of the song. How do you like it? never has there been such a cool laptop, and that's the cool laptop with awesome cooling function. And we have a video clip here to show you how cool it really is. So now you saw the truth. So we did a vlogging, and when you actually, and let's look at our low-key gaming laptop. It looks very mild on the outside, but performance. And so now let's look at the prices of other gaming laptops. And so we have an Alienware that has the exact specs, 15.6 inch and Intel 1.7 standard voltage processor and GTX 1060 on GPU, and then we see same 16 gigabytes of DDR4 and 6 gigabytes of DDR5 and 256 gigabytes SSD plus 1 terabyte of HDD. So exact same configurations, but ours is thinner and more exquisite and comes with much better cooling system. So how much is the Alienware? 17,699 RMB. What about Razer? Razer has slightly less or lower configurations, but it's sold at 16,999 RMB. So what about the Xiaomi gaming laptop? Well, you see the price of the other brand. Better products, much better prices. So 8,999 RMB. And I believe a lot of gamers are gonna love us even more. And so you see the specs. Top and see how wild it is in the inside and mild it is on the outside. Can you see it? Press it. Now you can order in food from restaurants. But you know, the takeout apps are not paying me for advertisement. Not Meituan, not Ele.me, and Xiaomi doesn't do takeout apps. And you can set up any takeout apps you want on Meituan or Ele.me to set it up, and then you can get takeout with that key. Very thin and light. And top configurations. As a gaming laptop, it is very, very beautiful, and it has the best performance that it can have. And we have an entry-level laptop in 5,999 with equally good performance for gamers. And in summary, so we have a V2 game level performance beast. It has a beautiful surface and can bring it to the office. It's good for designers and engineers, and at office you can play some games when your boss is not looking. And okay, and we have one more to launch today. It is the highlight of the day. So what is the highlight? is the Mi AI speaker. Well, the Mi AI speaker was launched last July, and it's really undersupplied. And now we have a mini version. It's called Mi AI speaker mini. How mini is it? It can sit at your palm. Well, it's easy to get addicted when you use products like this. Then you start to have one in your bedroom, in your living room, in your office, and in every room that you ever go to. And it's so small, so you can really put one in every corner. And that's the front look, and the one on the desk in the study. So it's really small. It's petite, but it has very clear and crisp and loud sound. And for those who never used the Mi AI speaker, probably you would say, well, it looks like a standard Bluetooth loudspeaker. Well, that's because you've never used it. The experience with this product is extraordinary, and it's definitely a milestone in the history of artificial intelligence. It can really showcase how powerful AI can be. So what product is it? It's much more complicated than a Bluetooth loudspeaker. First of all, it's a Wi-Fi enabled loudspeaker. It also is equipped with microphone array. Well, it takes more than one sentence to explain that. It's kind of like the Octopus teleconferencing system you have at office. So it has a lot of microphones, and even at a very far distance, and you speak with a very low voice, it can hear you, and no matter how noisy the environment is, it can still hear you. And we've talked about this technology. It's called beam forming. So we have four structure and knowledge map. It has the whole system, very complicated and sophisticated, and more than 400 or 500 engineers have been working on that since last July. This technology really started to. And we have the content from Dedao, and we have content from Jing FM, and the Xiaomi is very popular among children because they want to hear bedtime stories from Xiaomi, and they want to hear the sound of elephant, of mouses, and children love to interact with Xiaomi, our voice assistant. So now we have 1.67 million of voice and audio contents loaded on the platform, including stories from an app called Kaishu, and we support more than 200 functions. I'm not going to exhaust the list here. Well, you can ask them, what's the weather like tomorrow? What can I do in the city? You already saw that in the demo videos, and it can execute a lot of commands, and can also control smart appliances at home. And so for the Mi AI speaker mini, what about the price? And this is the standard Mi AI speaker, and it's $299. It was the cheapest AI-enabled speaker in the market, and you can have a speaker in your bedroom, and in your kitchen you can have a mini. So how much is the mini? Well, it's 169 RMB. So now you can have a lot of Xiaomi with an incremental cost. And so these Xiaomis can shake hands together, and they can even compete with each other and see who answers your question first. And you can and you say Xiaomi, and probably 4 to 5 are going to answer you at the same time, and they're going to learn who's the closest to you, and next time only listen and can talk. So these are the 3 products today to think. Don't rush to jump off your seat first to win to roll. 10 a.m. in the morning, and for the laptop, it starts on the sale on the 13th of April. 10 a.m. in the morning, and to thank you all for coming. I'd like to give our Mi fans a great present, because Mi fan, and the present also comes from the Mi Xiaomi ecosystem. This is the first present, and so everyone here today can go home with a Mi AI speaker mini, and you have to try it. It is going to exceed your imagination, because AI is already very, very powerful and mature. And the second, and actually I have it myself, and it is called the fidget. It is called the fidget cube, Mi fidget cube, and you can actually change the shape however you want, and children really love it. And this is my favorite, which is the Mi fidget cube, and that one is the Mi block, Mi bunny block, and it's 9.9, and you can assemble them together, and it helps to relieve stress. It's great for anxiety, and when you're bored or anxious, you can just play with it, and you can fidget with the cube. And we actually won an award with this product. We won a toy award in the United States for the great design, and all these products are available on the Global Me and our online shopping platforms, and everybody here today will get the three presents. Thank you very much. That is the end of the product launch. Thank you. Good